for accepting this interview and for reaching out to Canadian dermatologists and the work you do as chief editor of the Journal of Cutaneous Medicine and Surgery. And we're really proud to have this Canadian journal that reflects the work of Canadian dermatologists and others around the world.
Well, thanks, Catherine. It's fun to be on this side of the microphone as well. And I really appreciate the opportunity to speak a little bit about JCMS to our members. It's because we do this because of the membership. We do it to provide a platform, and we do it to communicate with one another. I mean, it's the essence of medicine is to have some platform in which we can communicate. And JCMS, when we switched over, it's been in existence now, well, 15 years at least now, right? And lots of problems getting going. And Dr. Rivers did a great job with it before me. But when we switched publishers, we went world class. And we're now publishing with the Sage publications, and it's been a really dramatic change around for us. It's a first-class publication. We get submissions from all over the world. About half-ish of our authors are actually Canadian. The other half are from other parts of the world. So we're starting to disseminate our expertise out there.
Mm-hmm. Well, we have a lot of great dermatologists in Canada.
We do.
So how does one go about submitting an article, and what kind of articles are you looking for?
Well, we're a full service derm journal in actual fact. I mean, we look for review articles, original articles. Case reports is a whole separate journal, and really one that should be better utilized, because I'll start backwards then. Case report journal is a separate sub-journal within Sage Open Medical Case Reports, and you submit your case. There's an article processing charge to it, right? But for Canadians, it's $250 US, which is the cheapest place, the least expensive, I should probably say, a place to publish a case report that Canadians can access, and right. It's indexed, it's cited, it really is like every other journal that has case reports. And so case reports are peer reviewed, so we get to look at our colleagues' work and have it reviewed, and these case reports get published, and you can cite them and put them on your CV. And so that's the case report journal, which is split off a couple of years ago. The main journal is in Scholar One, and you submit an article like you do any other manuscript to any other journal. And we get about, I think last year we had around 600 articles submitted to review for our 6 issues. Our acceptance rate is 20% or lower, probably. So it's getting tougher and tougher and tougher to get published. And it first goes through an editorial process. So I sit down, I look at it and make sure that it's appropriate for our readers, and not full basic science, not animal work, but things that would be of interest to a clinician, predominantly because we're a country of clinicians, really. And then it goes off to our associate editors, and there's the associate editors is another group of people, and they're in charge of each manuscript, and so they pick their reviewers, and sometimes review it themselves as well. And then I get a decision back from them that says, accept it, reject it, maybe it needs a little work. And then I interface with the authors. And then we go through that cycle until we get to the acceptance stage or the rejection stage. And then it goes out for publication. And we're online first, like major journals, and then our print edition follows on that. We have a backlog, maybe a month or two, and one of the things that a small society journal like ourselves has to our benefit is rapidity of publication. We can get something published within a month or two, really, and get it online. So that's our real forte. So that's a real a selling point. I keep wanting people to understand that once you get accepted, you don't have to wait 2 years to see it. We can get it out really quickly. So full color, no charge, it's a pretty rapid publication time, and our reviewers are spectacular. I mean, I continue to be humbled by our reviewers. They find things, they improve every manuscript that I send them. So yeah, so
yeah,
it's a process of improvement of these articles. I mean, when you submit an article, expect to have reviewers review it that are experts in the field, and expect to have a better piece when you're finished.
And so as someone who submits an article, it'll be online, it'll be PubMed, and the impact factor will be significant enough?
Well, it's an impact factor. I mean, I've written editorials on impact factor, and it probably isn't. I know people go for high impact journals, but in this day and age of electronic access, I think downloads are really the most important thing. And our downloads are huge for a 6-issue journal. I mean, we're getting 60,000 downloads, 40,000 downloads. I mean, every year it keeps going up. So we get lots of downloads. So it is indexed for sure. And so it's out there. It's citable. It's CVable if you want to put it on your CV. It's really, we are no longer a second-class journal. We're a society journal,
right?
Versus a journal that is commercial, full commercial. So I think we've come to the point in our journal where our members have to decide whether they wish to stay as a very good society journal, or they want to go out into the international sphere, if you will. And that's just based on our authorship. If the JCMS is always the second journal where you submit it, if you don't get accepted here, we'll put in JCMS. We'll stay as a society journal that we work on very hard, and I think is very good as far as the information that we are able to publish. But if members want something better, it's up to the members to submit. And we're starting to see a lot more of that, actually. And so it's been good. So I get a hint that maybe the members want more.
Right. Okay, well, we'll give it a good plug for at the Canadian Dermatology Association conference in Quebec City, for sure, and send out this YouTube interview also.
Oh, great! Well, remember that JCMS, we do the conference abstracts now.
Oh, yes.
Which are published,
really good too.
Which are published. So JCMS has lots of positives.
And the journal club that you were doing prior, is that something that members seem to want to keep doing, or mainly the podcasts are? It's
the podcasts that have become the thing that people like. And so for a podcast, we take 2 articles out of each issue of the journal, and I interview the authors, and it really makes these manuscripts come to life. So it's quite exciting to do. As a new thing, we've got in the podcast, we've got a thing called Editor's Choice. So what we do with it is I select a subject, and we're going to do Jen Beaker pretty soon with the sunscreens. We just did Dr. Arlette on ultrasound for aesthetic medicine, and sort of interventional dermatology, if you will. And they're very interesting things that we can go out and put on air. Our members, again, get to shine.
Great. Okay, well, thank you so much for your time, and I'm sure the members are going to be excited by what you said, and encourage you in your great work.
Well, thanks for the opportunity, and thanks for that.
Okay, great.
Cheers. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.